Yo, you guys hear me? Yeah, mic check. Yeah? No. But you can hear me. Okay. Good. Well, okay. So, now, since we are all set, first of all, I want to say my computer is running slow because I have a monitor now, so for some reason it's running like ridiculously slow lately. But it is fine. You can make it work still. And second of all, let's get straight into this. Today's episode will be one breakout player on every single NHL team. So for the next 24-25 seasons. So breakout player. So this can involve rookies, players that need a breakout year to really prove themselves, which is like kind of like a year that people really prove, like a year that people can prove themselves, like the year that they really kind of explode onto the scene, kind of get what I'm saying. And a player that hasn't had a good year in a few years, somebody that hasn't had a good year in a few years. So like somebody that has been good, had a few terrible years, and then really just hasn't really been good since. But I believe will bounce back, kind of thing. And some of these might be questionable because there isn't anyone else better. Like some of these people, I don't even know who they are. Very few of these people. Some of these people are just here because I know they're young and they don't really have any other prospects that are playing right now. Like, John Bergen, however you say that, from the Red Wings. Like I have him on here for the Red Wings. And like Florida, like I'm pretty sure that's like the best prospect, I think. And I don't even know who he is. Mackie Namaskovic. I don't think that's the best prospect, but it's the best prospect that's currently playing, I think. But yeah, let's jump straight into this. Most of these guys are like make sense. And as I already mentioned, they can be rookies, people that haven't played an NHL game yet, and they can still like break out. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Okay, so doing one for every NHL team. And the first one is going to be Anaheim Ducks. Is Cutter Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier. Look at my phone right over here on the monitor. Okay, Cutter Gauthier stats. Hopefully you don't hear my phone. Okay, there you go. I took it down. Okay, so Cutter Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier is he was acquired from a trade later in the season. 1-for-1, Cutter Gauthier for trade. Jamie Drysdale. They may have been some picks, but I don't remember a lot. Sorry. Cutter Gauthier. Played for the Eagles, the Boston College Eagles. Last season. Very, very good. One of the premier prospects that they added this last season. And so, yeah, that is very helpful for them. Last season in Boston College put 65 points in 41 games. The season before that in Boston College, he put up 37 points in 32 games. Consistently, he's better and better every single year. You can tell he's a goal scorer. He put up 38 goals in 41 games last season in Boston College. He is a premier goal scorer, as well as being a pretty good playmaker. I do think he is playing on the first line with Troy Terry and I believe Leo Carlson. But let me just double check that. He is playing on the first line. Let me double check that. Okay, so Anaheim Ducks. Hopefully he's loaded sometime. Yep, Leo Carlson, Troy Terry is who he's playing with. And the defenseman he's playing with is Cam Fowler and Dumoulin. So he is getting all the minutes in the world. He is playing with the best players. I'm just going to keep this open. He's playing with the best players. He's getting probably about to get 20-25 minutes a game, or 20 minutes a game. He is going to play premier power play time. He's going to play in the first power play. So there's no reason why he can't have a phenomenal year next season with the Ducks. Honestly, he's going to be one of the bright spots for sure for the Anaheim Ducks. Next, I have this list on my phone, but I don't see it. But I have Matthew Portress of the Bruins. He started off last season very, very good, and then he cooled off a lot. I don't know how to spell his name. Hold up. He started off really, so he plays on the third line, so yes, he's not playing with the best players in the world, but he definitely is playing a good enough amount of time, and good enough players, good enough time, and I believe that he's playing in the second power play unit. Could be wrong, but he probably should be if he's not. He's good. He's very good, and I feel like he can definitely have a breakout year. And if the Boston Bruins do make the postseason and they need some depth, Matthew Portress would be that guy. And why is this happening again? It happened. It happened yesterday, so I'm not as scared. But okay, it's kind of annoying. But see, last season he only played 33 games, but he had 15 points in those 33 games. He's great defensively. He is good offensively, but he's definitely better defensively. So I do think if he could put up a little similar statistics, similar points per game, kind of half a point per game, even that would still be nice. If he could put up 40 points next season, if he plays 80 games, that'd be so huge for the Bruins. For the third line center, if he can put up 40 points in 80 games while playing as good defensively as he does, for being as young as he is, only being 20, that is phenomenal. That's what you want to see. On Buffalo, JJ Peterka, he's shown great sign of a player that will end up being very, very good. But he needs to have that breakout season where he really, really has a phenomenal offensive season. I didn't mean to put two J's there. Okay. JJ Peterka, there we go. No. Bro. Please. JJ Peterka. But, yeah, this very, very good player. I believe that he is, playing, on the top 6. Well, this is loading. Let me go check. Please load up. Please load. Thank you. I might not be able to use this monitor. It works perfectly fine, but, it's so slow now. Okay, so JJ Peterka plays in the first line, actually. With Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and Dowling on the defensive end. He's going to put up some monstrous points. Some people don't underestimate this player. But he is super good offensively and defensively. He's definitely a playmaker for sure. And he has all the possibility to put up around, not quite a point per game, I don't think he's that good yet, but probably just under a point per game. If he plays with Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and Dowling all season, why can't he? And especially if he gets premier power play time like he's supposed to, he can totally put up a little under a point per game. Last season, put up 50 points in 82 games, but he did not play on the first line. So I think his points will elevate tremendously to a little under a point per game probably, but he is definitely still good defensively. So that is where he is at right now. Calgary of Canizari. Again, same thing with JJ Peterka and Canizari. Canizari definitely showed signs last season. He had his stretch where everybody was like, wow, this guy's really that good. He's one of the very big bright spots. But it does suck because he's playing with Calgary, and Calgary kind of sucks right now. But I still think he's going to be one of the very bright spots. He's playing on the third line with Sharagovich and Kuzmenko. I believe so. Yeah, I think so. And just a very, very great player. All around, he is a great playmaker, great defensively, somebody that you really want on your team, and I don't even know how old he is. I didn't track when I was up there. I'm not going to go back up. But in the last season, he put 34 points in 63 games, which is good production for somebody that is that's young. And then the Calgary Wranglers, which is their AHL team, 2 years ago put up 58.72 games. So he gets you around a little under a point per game a season. I mean, not last season, but if he puts his best, he can probably put not too far off a point per game or playing some good defense. And he is still super young, so I expect him to improve throughout the next couple years. And by the time Calgary is cup contenders in a few years, he will probably be one of the premier players. I don't know why I did that. Okay, because I have it on my phone. So, Carolina for Bradley Nadeau. Bradley Nadeau has not played an NHL, not a full NHL season. And Bradley Nadeau is playing on the second line with Martin Necas. And I don't remember who the center is on the second line, but very, very good player, especially offensively, and while playing good defensively as well. So Bradley Nadeau, how old is he? Out of curiosity, he's only 19. So yes, he's not even. I don't know if he played an NHL game yet. I really don't know. Is it possible? Yes, but I don't think he has. I don't think he played an NHL game yet. And he's jumping straight to the second line with Martin Necas. Martin Necas is one of the most skilled players on the Carolina Hurricanes roster. I think the Carolina Hurricanes will finish number 3 in the Metropolitan Division. If they do that, I think Bradley Nadeau will have to do a great job in that second line, or he will get put down. And by the way, happy birthday to New York Islanders goalie Ilya Sorokin. I just got reminded of it up there. Happy birthday to him. But anyways, is not what we are talking about today. We are talking about Bradley Nadeau right now. See, he is so young, he barely has any stats to look at. So what is this? The NBBAAHL. The NBPEIMU18HL. Oh my, okay. Anyways, we're not even trying to read those names. Last season he put over a point per game, 46 points in 37 games in the University of Maine NCAA. And this season, he played one game with the Hurricanes last season and got 0 points in that game. But why does it say he's supposed to play the Chicago Wolves? But on the projected lines, he's supposed to play the Hurricanes. I don't know. We're gonna keep him here though. I'd rather know if he does play. Chicago, I have Kevin Kochensky. Last season he put up very underwhelming numbers because he's only like 20. I think this season, when he plays with players like Bedard and Teravainen and Bertuzzi, and plays in that power play, but much improved power play, he's probably going to be quarterbacking it, and he is going to be much better offensively, like points-wise. So it's very interesting to see how he does on this squad. So Blackhawks last season only put up 15 points in 76 games. I don't know why he does this again, but I already know. I mean, he was very, very good. Not very, very good, but he was very, very good, like before, like with the Seattle Thunderbirds, he put up over a point per game pretty consistently. Besides 3 years ago, he put up 2 points under a point per game. He got 61 assists that season. Assist maker for sure. 62 assists, 61 assists. Like, yeah, he is definitely an assist machine. So that's why I picked him up. So 7th overall. I think we got him 7th overall. Then we got Nazar 13th overall. Could be the opposite, but I don't know. He's only 20, so we got to give him some time to develop. But I think next season he will definitely be much improved offensively. Okay, so Niko Kavaranko, I don't even know who that is. It's one of the more questionable guys. They don't really have any good prospects playing right now, and I just know that he was younger. So hopefully he plays really good because he's supposed to play playing in the top 6 with Middlestad and Lehkonen. So he better do good. He better do really good. CPJ's Ken Johnson, like, he has shown signs of very good players. But he hasn't really put together a full consistent season of the Kent Johnson that we know he can play. He pulled off the Michigan, proving that he is very, very skilled. But he's only 21, so we gotta give him some slack here for sure. So that's where he is right now. Loading. I think he's playing in the top 6, either second or third line. I don't remember. I think it's actually a third line. I think he's playing on right now. But he's still gonna get probably around 10, 15, probably like 15 minutes a game. Still pretty decent. Last season put up 16 points in 42 games on the 4th line. And then the season before they put up 40 points in 79 games. So you can put up a decent amount of points for playing good defensively. You just really need those seasons better offensively. For him to really prove to me that he is really that good of a prospect. Dallas, I'm convinced on this one. It's Logan Stankoven. In the postseason, he was one of the best players in the postseason. He's playing on the second line, and he's shown so many good signs in the postseason of somebody that can do it. If he can translate what he did in the postseason over to the regular season, on a higher line, because he played on the third line, I think. During the postseason. Now he's playing in the second line with Johnston and Sagan, I believe. He really needs to produce offensively, and I do believe that he will. Him and Johnston are two very young studs that work really well together. So I'm really excited to see how that goes if they do play together. I'm gonna just turn off my monitor. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Will that be better? Okay, we're gonna turn off my monitor, and we are going to see if this works better. Okay, there's a little pause in the gaming. Why does it say gaming? I'm not doing gaming. What is it? Okay. It'd be kind of annoying to read chat. I'm unplugging this. If it is a lot better without it, oh yeah, it already feels smoother. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I think we're just gonna rock without it. Honestly, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it after, but we'll figure that out the stream. But that's not important right now. I mean, it's important, but not the stream. So we're gonna continue going here. Last season, in the postseason, he put up 8 points in 19 games, which doesn't seem all that impressive, but I really seen good signs out of him offensively and defensively. So really good. And then in the regular season, he only played 24 games with them, but he put up 14 points in those games. So I do think he's going to be much improved throughout the regular season next season. So I do think he's going to improve a lot. Dallas, Detroit, I already put John Bergen because that's the only player that I knew that was relatively young. I don't really know much about him, but they don't have any much prospects playing for them that need to break out. Let me tell you, Matt Savoy has not played an NHL game yet. He's going to play. I don't know where he's going to play, but I do believe strongly that he's going to play eventually. And I've seen him, and he is fantastic. He's a phenomenal playmaker, great passes, some phenomenal wheels. He's got some wheels on him. He's a good shot, great handles, great all-around player. Definitely has a lot of speed and great playmaker. So he is definitely the stereotypical playmaker. For sure. He's only 20, so that's why I know he's going to develop. Buffalo Sabres last season only played one game, which is very sad, but he played most of his season in the I don't know how to say that, I'm not gonna lie. The Winchester Wild with 24 points in 11 games. He was very, very good. But the season before that, with the Winnipeg Ice, from 95 points to 62 games, very, very, very good offensive producer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Florida, I have Mackie Shimakevich. Don't really know who that is, but he was the youngest player. Maybe not the youngest player, but the youngest player that I saw. So we're probably gonna move on here. Quinton Byfield, I have for the LA Kings. Allow me to do space. Quinton Byfield stats. Quinton Byfield stats. He is a very good player. He just got a payday, but last season is when he really kind of showed signs of being that good player. But now he's going to play in the first or second line, top six for sure. I believe the first line. He is going to produce, I believe. Honestly, he's had a couple of years in the NHL, I think 1 or 2. I think 2. Yeah, 2 seasons in NHL. 2 years ago, put up 22 points in 53 games. Last season, he put up 55 points in 80 games. I think this season's going to put up either a point per game or a little bit under a point per game. That's how confident I am in him. I am not going to lie. Do I get any shatters? No, I do not. Yeah. But I don't have any viewers besides myself. No? Okay, that's fine. So, Minnesota and Matt Boldy. Matt Boldy has had good seasons, but not a really, breakout season, per se. So I'm interested to see how he performs when he really has, all eyes on him, because people actually realize how good he's able to be. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be able to perform. This computer is already running much faster. I'm probably not going to use the monitor. I don't really need it. I wish I did have it. You know what I could do? Okay, actually, I'm going to try something. I'm going to make this into a different Opera browser. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to big brain the system. It's going to be like a monitor. Why is it not letting me? Well, I'm trying to make it half and half. Maybe not half and half, but so I can still read chat at the same time. You know what I'm trying to say? I'll kind of it's not letting me do it. Very annoying. There we go. Like this. This. No, not with that. I don't want to do it the OBS thing. Get it down. How did I even do it? I don't even know how I did it. I don't know how I did that. I can't do it again. Double tap? No. Whatever, bro. It is what it is. This is wasting a bunch of time on stream. I'm trying to figure something out on stream, and it's kind of slowing down stream. It is what it is. It happens. Today's stream was kind of buggy overall, but it is what it is. Matt Boldy. Let's go down here. I believe 2 years ago when they made the postseasons, when he did really good. He was part of it. 2 years ago he put up 63 points in 81 games. Last season he put up 69 points in 75 games. So I guess he put up more points than I thought. I guess. But he could have a better season, but yeah. Slafkowski. In case you didn't know, this guy's a Montreal Canadiens breakout player. He's had a lot. He had quite a bit of points last season, but he got a payday this past season, and he's playing on the first line. One of the most excited lines. One of the lines that I'm most excited to see in the NHL is the Slafkowski, Caulfield, and Nick Suzuki line. And he's on the first line of the Canadiens with that line I just said of Caulfield and Suzuki. So I'm expecting him to put up around a point per game, if not a little under. Last season put 50 points in 82 games. Proving basically all of that was in the second half of the season. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, I mean, hopefully he can carry that over to this season. Obviously, they didn't make the postseason, but I mean, yeah, very, very, very good. Okay. Luke against Alista. I didn't really do that much research, but I knew that he was just really young. Because they don't really have that much young players in the team. That's super good. I have Simon Nemec of the New Jersey Devils. Simon Nemec stats. Simon Nemec is very, very good. He went second overall in the 2022 NHL draft. He didn't play in the 2022 season. He didn't really play much last season, and then this is going to be his first season fully playing. I'm expecting he only played in the third pairing. So he's only going to play about like 10, 15 minutes a game. But I probably like 10 to 12 minutes a game. But I'm very excited to see how he does in that role. Last season he put 19 points in 60 games. By the third pairing, and that's pretty decent for your first season in the NHL playing on the third pairing. I'm expecting around similar stats, but a little bit inflated. Islanders have Holmstrom again. They don't really have any young players on their roster right now. That's what I had. Kapokaka, I don't really think he's definitely gonna break out, but he could. If he has a big season, that would 100% be breakout caliber, because people have been saying like, oh, they should get rid of him, which I'm not gonna necessarily disagree or agree with. But if they do, I want to be completely against it. He hasn't been good for them. If he does have a break year this next season, that will be a breakout season. It could happen. Ottawa, Jake Simpson. Jake Simpson has been great, but he's one of those players that could go from a pretty decent defenseman to Norris caliber defender this season if he really has a big season. And the Senators do what I expect them to do, and he's a big part of it. Will he be? I guess probably, but I don't know if he'll be Norris caliber. Will he put up 80, 90 points? No, I don't believe he will. I think I'm expecting 60, 70 points with a good defense. That's what I'm expecting out of him. Philly, Michikov, he hasn't played this season. He's one of the most highly coveted prospects in the entire NHL right now. Came out of the KHL, Russia, like 2 years earlier than expected, like a year or two earlier than expected. So he's expected to make a big splash over there in Philly. Pittsburgh, he's just a very young player. I don't know how to say that. It's Latry Pistidin. I don't know how to say that, but he was just a super young player on the team. I don't know anybody else. Sharks, Max Celebrini. He was first overall last season. Came out of Boston University. He's one of the best players. He won the Hobie Baker, so he was the best college player in the league last season in college, NCAA. I'm excited to see how he does. I watched him multiple times. I watched him at least probably 5 times in the USHL live in real life. So, and he scored against my favorite team, Dubuque. So, I mean, yeah, multiple times too. So I know how good he is. He's good, man. Great defensively, great playmaker, great shot, all around what you want. Seattle, really cool. He had a great season last season. He did. He really did. But if he has another great season, it can really kind of cement him as the starter. Joel Hofer, I don't know if he played a game yet, but I know he's super young, and if he's going to play the backup role, he could take over Jordan Binnington if he's not good enough. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Tampa Bay Lightning, Jason Moser, yes, he's playing on the third pairing, but he is super young, and I'm excited to see how he does on that team that I expect to make I don't expect to make the postseason, but I have them making the postseason. Toronto, Joseph Woll. He was great, but he's injured a lot, so I'm excited to see if he really is going to really perform in the whole starting role if he stays healthy. Utah Hockey Club. I actually have 2 for the Hockey Club. Of Logan Cooley and Dylan Gunther. Both of them were great last season, but I expect to be even better this upcoming season. Cooper Otter Seahawks. He was phenomenal in the postseason, but he didn't really play in the regular season, so I'm excited to see if he can try to continue that, or if that was just a fluke. But he's going Alexander Holtz. They picked him up in free agency this season. Well, I actually think they traded for him, but he's still relatively young, and he hasn't really had a breakout season with New Jersey, so I'm excited to see what they do with him. Washington Rasmus Sandin, he has had great seasons in the past, so I'm interested to see if he can continue to stay afloat and really have another great season. The last one, Winnipeg, Cole Perfetti. I really like Cole Perfetti, but he hasn't really produced offensively that much, really. So I'm excited to see if he can do that this season. So that's going to do it for today's episode. I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode 11. Peace.